So why don't you think of the accent you want, and let's see if we can get it to talk that way.
When you say the accent I want, is what do you mean by that?
So like, let's say like one of these like Land Rover drivers who doesn't speak good English. You want the AI to speak in the way that they'll feel most comfortable with, ideally like the way they talk themselves. So everybody talks a little bit different. So just have almost like someone in your head of like, even, if you want, see if you can get it to talk the same way you do, but then you're not the target audience, right? So like, think of, if you know someone that if we can get it to talk and like, they'll go like, wow, like that is the way they talk.
Okay.
How about Ruto? Do you think we can get it to talk the way Ruto talks?
Okay, so I just say a line or a statement that maybe he loves using.
No, you're going to tell me like the context of it. So like here, I'll give you an example. Okay, in the style of Swahili in Kisumu, the way people talk in the offices and the streets, mixing local language, Swahili and English together, be conversational, polite, and friendly. Okay, so let's just try this for example. So like,
if
hey,
it's Kisumu, don't say polite and friendly. Maybe use
direct.
Confident. There's some confidence. It's not. Let me not use
conversational confident. I like it. Okay, conversational confident.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to change anything else here before we try?
No. Let's first use that one as an example.
Okay. Hey, tell me the best way to launch a business as short as possible. Oops. Okay, can you see the language?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'll stop it there. So what do you think? What's right? What's not right?
The H boss is something that maybe people from the Kisumu will say, maybe the deeper voice, like H boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, launching biashara in short na style. Hii hapa straight. Idea safi, juu exactly ni kitu gani unataka kufanya, market ikoaje, wako na need gani, ya chap plan, ruka long stories mingi. Your long stories, maybe let's say don't use maybe the word long stories. Let's say ruka stories mingi, because it's kind of the same. It's like going climb. It's like, let's say it's like using. There's this word in English when you can't use up at the same time. Like.
So like, what would the rule be? Like, what would the, not just for long stories, but like yeah, like how would you change this prompt?
Okay. Let's say maybe use the prompt to be, if it's maybe complicated words in English that people can't translate to Kiswahili, just use the English word. But maybe the rest of the conversation can be turned to Kiswahili, the supporting statement.
So, okay. So for complicated words, use English? Or for,
yeah.
Okay, use English. Otherwise, use as much Swahili as possible. Use as much Swahili as possible.
Yes, where it makes sense. Let's say
use Swahili. Yeah.
As much as possible, where simpler words are easy. Like where simpler words are easier to find. Like if it's a Swahili word and it's simpler, the wording is simple. So let's say use the word. But if it's kind of complex, try mixing it now well. But if it's a complicated word in English, just use the word as it is.
Okay, so let's do what question you want me to ask it to test the language, or should I just use the same one as before?
Let's use the same one, yeah.
Fresh kabisa, boss.
Chiki hapa vile uta launch biashara haraka haraka. No story mob. I could have used a better word, but anyway. Idea poa yenye iko clear, juu exactly unauzia nani na nini wahitaji. Simple plan ya biz na budget kidogo tu bila stress mingi. Sort license na permit za county chap usipate shida mbele. Marketing faster na nguvu. Social media kama WhatsApp, IG na ama FB ndio game. Anzia hapo na kugrow polepole ukisikiza feedback ya customer. This is better.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
is kind of like it sounds normal, like as Kenyan speaking.
Well, that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, because there was like licenses and permits. When you translate them, people won't know what those words are, but they know the meaning of a license or a permit. Yeah, I think it's good. It's good. Yeah.
Okay.
This is
Well, that was like 5 minutes. So like, why don't we stop the video there? Just 2 seconds.